3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of NASA's New Horizons spacecraft on a decade-long voyage to visit the planet Pluto and then beyond. Plus 15 seconds. Everything continues to look good as the Atlas V vehicle climbs away from Florida's east coast.
When the New Horizon left Earth in 2006, no one could have predicted it would send back images that would shake up our understanding of both our solar system and the universe. For decades, Pluto has been regarded as a dead planet. But recent images have shown that that may not be the case. In fact, the evidence strongly shows signs of activity in Pluto, raising the question, could there be life on Pluto? After being reclassified as a dwarf planet by the IAU in August 2006, Pluto's significance in our cosmic neighborhood was greatly diminished. It moved from being one of the 9 planets of our solar system to being just the biggest celestial body in the Kuiper Belt. But that changed in July 2015, when NASA's New Horizon probe visited a place never before visited by a robotic probe from Earth: Pluto. The spacecraft completed a nearly decade-long journey to fly by Pluto, and when it revealed humanity's first close-up look at the distant dwarf planet, revealing stunning new photos that show an interesting phenomenon that happened recently on Pluto that has changed everything we know about the universe and our solar system. For the first time ever, humans were able to see a new, detailed global color map of Pluto, complete with the heart-shaped region named after Pluto's discoverer, Clyde Tombaugh. This map is based on a series of 3 color filter images obtained by the Ralph multispectral visual imaging camera aboard New Horizons. While the map is amazing on its own, there's something even more astonishing going on the surface of Pluto. At the edge of the Tombaugh region, there's a terrain that had been recently resurfaced by some geological process. Previously, such activity has only been seen on icy moons, where it can be explained by tidal heating caused by gravitational interactions with a large host planet, or volcanism. The only problem is that there are no volcanoes on Pluto, and the terrain is relatively young at just 100 million years old, with no signs of crater impact that could cause the tidal heating needed for such massive geological activity. It also does not orbit any planet, so that could only mean one thing: you do not need tidal heating to power geological activity on icy worlds. This singular discovery is sending seasoned geophysicists back to the drawing boards, because, for the first time in 4.5 billion years, we now have a small, isolated planet showing signs of activity. This means there must be an internal activity that's dredging nitrogen up through cryovolcanoes or geysers, or some other process that's active in the present on this planet, something that was previously ruled out before. Though there are no known sightings of cryovolcanoes and geysers on Pluto, this picture presents strong evidence that there must be some on the blue planet, and scientists are now actively looking for them. Pluto is not the only active celestial body found by the New Horizon, as Pluto's largest moon, Charon, has also shown signs of activity recently, despite being half the size of Pluto. Recent pictures show Charon has a series of troughs and cliffs going from the northeast to the southwest, extending about 600 miles across the moon. This is suspected to be a result of internal activity, but it's not the only evidence these images were sent back. There's also a striking dark region at the moon's pole that may be a thin veneer on top of redder material. It has been nicknamed Mordor, after the fictional land of the Lord of the Rings franchise. The current theory behind the internal activity of Pluto and Charon is that there may be oceans inside both planets that are freezing up and releasing heat, triggering the massive geological activity we are seeing. The images of Charon also show the low-lying icy volcanic plains in the Moon's Vulcan Planitia, then moves toward the fractured northern plains some 300 miles away. Prominently visible are several mountains that rise about 2.5 miles above the volcanic plains. The images in this narrow strip also show surface details as small as about 450 feet across. The photographs from New Horizons' close approach were amazing, but they will not mark the conclusion of the expedition. For months, the spacecraft continued to send data back from the flyby, and planetary scientists also engaged in several studies for years to grasp the importance of the data. And New Horizons kept cruising about the solar system's outskirts. A proposal for a mission extension was submitted by the mission team to allow the spacecraft to push past the solar system and into the stars. Despite the fact that Pluto did not fit within the International Astronomical Union's revised classification of planets, some academics still referred to Pluto as a dwarf planet. From their arguments, they claim that the dwarf planet lies on the outskirts of our solar system in the Kuiper Belt, and it is the largest of the many frozen objects there that circle distance from the Sun. Mountains, valleys, glaciers, plains, and craters dot the frozen world, which has an average temperature of negative 387 degrees Fahrenheit. Standing on the surface, you would see blue skies with red snow. But with the new evidence, Pluto may once again be regarded as a full planet, as most of these arguments may be rendered null and void during the next flyby of the New Horizon. There's also a very important question to be answered by this new discovery. Can the internal activity of Pluto create and sustain life on the ice planet? Or is there already life within it? These are questions we have to ponder, because if the answer to both is yes, we may have new neighbors in our solar system, even though they live 4.66 billion miles away.